What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Josh Helm.
And I'm Brandy Helm.
We are excited today because we're at the Rio Vista Barndominium, and today we have another finished tour for you guys, and we're looking forward to going through this project. As we continue to do this more and more, we're just excited about concluding some of these projects, and we're going to keep bringing them to you guys. So I hope you have already subscribed to the channel and ring the bell as well. And don't forget to share this, and maybe you can dialogue a little bit with some of the ideas that a lot of our clients have used. And that's really the goal of these type of videos.
Right. We're really not trying to sell you anything. We're really just trying to document. We're trying to show color selections and choices that our customers have made, because it really gives our future clients an idea of what they might want to do, and they'll refer back and say, hey, I really like the tile. So then we can be like, oh, okay, well, we've done that. We know where to get it. We know what you're talking about, and we can go with that fill.
For this particular build, though, we want to get into some of those nitty-gritty details, because I know that's what you guys are here for today. Starting with the exterior, one of the things that really stands out here and is prominent on this build is capping it off with a beautiful burnished slate roof, as well as trim, and then we have a light stone exterior panel color that we're using as well. And also for accenting purposes, we have Luter water table cap that goes over this other stone. We're excited about the way this turned out. It really has a lot of good color combinations on the exterior.
The whole build is about a 58 by 85 actual footprint, 2,240 square feet of living, right at about 1,000 square foot of shop, and a little under 800 square foot of actual porch areas in the front and the back.
Yeah, so I mean, it's really got pretty much everything, a lot of those key things that folks are looking for: shop, living, porch space, and it sits on 5 acres. So quite a bit of land space as well. Keeping with efficiency and the low maintenance, we have chosen electric for most of everything throughout, so that we don't have a lot of excess penetrations for gas fixtures, fireplaces, those kind of things. So here we're looking for this build to be pretty high efficient, which is what's going to work well for our clients in the upcoming years as they look to retire and try to minimize some of those monthlies.
As you walk through the front door, you walk into this grand area. It's an open concept. You've got basically your living room area, your kitchen area. It's all in one right when you walk in. It's a really wide open space with a vaulted ceiling.
Some people maybe not excited about having a vault, but we feel like it's one of the main key features that enables you with a barndominium home, because you have those free span spaces that you're working with here. And in classic form, that open concept where you're seeing visually all of these beautiful cabinets and countertop space, and enabling you to be connected when you have company and family and everything that you're trying to do.
You don't feel crowded.
Right. And here, I think there's still enough space for dining tables or for you to kind of mark off some of that space. But of course, the island has now become that sort of go-to. I mean, it's pretty large and stamped off with all these wonderful accessibility for cabinet space. One of the things that I think, as far as details, that we could go ahead and talk about is the tile that we have going through the floor.
Yeah, it's a 9 by 38 wood-looking tile from Home Depot. It's called Ansley Amber. It's got a lot of browns and creams in it. It just looks really nice. It's all throughout. It's in all the rooms in this home.
When you're working through design and you're kind of trying to pick a direction, you almost have to imagine all of it together in order to get a good combination. And I think one of the things the clients did well here was picking up on those tones. And I think the husband is attributing most of that to the wife on this case.
Yeah, I think it's good to maybe find some pictures or a magazine or some Pinterest things that you can so you can visualize, because it is really hard to just pick a floor and pick a countertop and just hope they all go well together.
That's right, and that's what these videos are about, because you actually have a visual impression of what you can do with this combination, which hey, sometimes you got to ride the waves of other people's talents in order to
if you
make
see
good decisions.
if you see something that looks good,
That's right.
it's a compliment to duplicate. So
That's right. And I know on this particular bill, we already have some of our clients who are kind of piggybacking a little bit on some of the decisions made here. We feel very excited about this presentation because it does have a lot of great things going for it. As far as the doors and trim, we have your classic, what I would call a farm style, simple 1x6 baseboard trim with your 1x4 door trims, the cap on the top of another 1x6. Pretty simple. That's pretty routine in some of the today's popular, more farm style homes. We're also adding in some of that detail, like when you look at our cabinets, as you gaze into the kitchen, you're going to notice some of that 80-12 crown that we have capping off some of our more raised panel style cabinetry, that's going on in here. So as we're talking about the kitchen, let's get into some of the details that we have going on.
So we have a Valor White quart. It's real pretty. It's got just a real simple gray vein through it, but it's real clean. I like that it breaks up because you have quite a bit of color in here with the walls and the floors. They use a lot of the matte black on the cabinet hardware, the sink faucet. And this one is actually kind of cool. I've not seen this yet, but they actually have a black sink.
Yes, they have a black undermount sink here. It's more of that granite top material that is, to the touch, is more of kind of a powder coated top feel, meant to last. One of the things to keep in mind on your color schemes when you're putting all this together, and say you're going darker on your cabinets, well, obviously you might not want to be super dark with your countertops, super dark with your backsplashes. So those are some of the thinking of what's going on here. When you are going dark on those main feature items, you want to have a brighter splash and clean, because you don't want it too busy either. So if you have a busy countertop, you don't want a busy backsplash competing with each other. And I think that's where our clients nailed it here on some of the selection process, is just keeping that simple color scheme. Here today, we have some beautiful flowers that we're actually accenting on these wonderful quartz countertops. So, which is done by none other than Mrs. Best here.
Yeah. So so on the flowers, I think we've had to do something a little different. I can't find the vases that I've been buying for years. I can't find those anymore. So we're changing up a little. And this is actually you would love it, and you would probably use it for this, but it's actually a cookie jar instead of a vase. So
That's right, for them late night snacks that we talk about often here on this channel. So
the midnight snacks and the pantry that lights up when you walk in it. Yeah,
that's right. So looking more into some of the details of the kitchen itself, we have our upper cabinets, which extend up to 9 foot. We also have a under counter lights, which is always nice to accent under the cabinets when we can. And then we also have a range oven, as well as the whole convection oven with the microwave and another oven. So there's a lot of cooking planning to go on here in this kitchen. I like the trim package as well for the microwave. It really blends well with this oven on the full height cabinet. And always when you have a full height cabinet, you have a lot of extra cabinet space.
I wanted to point out on the island, we actually have cabinet doors on both ends, on the front and on the sink side as well. So there's a lot of storage space. It's not real deep storage space, so it's actually probably a little more usable, because sometimes those deep cabinets, things kind of get away from you. They get back in the back and you can't see them all. So
that's right. No cabinet space is left unused here.
So another cool feature on this island is there's a pop-up plug. You press it and it pops up, and there's a plug on both sides that you can plug in your laptop or your phone.
Yes, we did this on the Sadler Barndominium as well, had that kind of a feature. One of the reasons why I think we're doing that here is because of the lack of space in the cabinets.
Yeah.
Because everything is being used when it comes to the the faces of the cabinet. So there's doors everywhere going all around. So having that pop-up plug was the best scenario for getting power on there. Now, you may want to add additional plug, or maybe 2 or 3 of them. But the key thing is to remember, when you're doing something like that, is to have that on site when the countertops are being installed, so that those can be placed at that time. So it's not really that much trouble to coordinate or to do. It just, you know, got to have it on site. All right, moving on into our master suite.
This master bedroom is a 15 by 14 size, and of course it's got the edamame Sherwin-Williams paint color in here with the white trim.
And we have some of that same continuation of that beautiful tile flooring that we're using in here. Another thing that I think helps with the space is having those 10-foot ceilings that we have here, the can lighting and the ceiling fan, which helps, and a lot of window light coming in, which is always nice to have. Plenty of windows in your house. I've always heard windows really make the house, having plenty of light and those kind of things.
It brings the outside in.
That's right. And one of the things that's different in the layout is our master closet going through a different door than the bathroom.
Yeah, the master closet is actually it has its own set of doors from the bedroom, and the bathroom is a separate set of doors, yeah.
Yes. So, which is a little different for the layout, but in here, I think it works well because, you know, it's on that same central side of the room. Of course, you could modify easily if you needed to by foregoing some things, but I think it works well for this design because it just kind of stamps it out, you know, as a master closet. Plenty of space in our master closet here with lots of cubby shelves, and we got the 3-tower clothes rod, which is something that's hard to achieve, but because we have the 10-foot ceilings, you are able to do that. It is way more difficult to do that on a 9-foot space. You can't do that as well. So having the 10-foot definitely enables you to have a 3-rod hanger for those upper winter storage or sweaters or whatever you want to use it for. But very nice closet space. I'm really proud of how this turned out. And moving into our master bathroom, this is where we really like things to shine. And right away, you've got separate vanity spaces, which is nice to have.
The his and hers.
And the big, large framed mirrors, which here we're detailed out with a custom trim piece that we're using there. And then we have some really nice bar lights for the vanities.
Right. All the fixtures and the faucets are all the matte black.
And also we have the 8-inch offset hardware that we're using for those faucets with our rectangular undermount sinks. Of course, continuing the cabinetry that you've seen in the kitchen area.
With the mockingbird is the color on
the paint colors, and then all of the awesome countertop space, which really gives you a lot of extra space because of this separation between his and hers. There's a lot of extra room instead of kind of cramming 2 sinks into one. You could do it. You could definitely just had one set of cabinets and put 2 sinks in on that too. Maybe made room for additional things, but here we've got it all. We've got the walk-in shower, and we have a bathtub area.
Yeah, it's a beautiful clawfoot tub. It's the white porcelain, and it's got its own separate little...
Kind of has that high back arched on it, which...
Yeah, that's really pretty.
So having this backsplash surround for the tub is really key. Technically doing it for water reasons, to keep splashing and those kind of things, but here we're using it for decorative purposes as well, which actually looks great with our showers because it's the same tile that we're using in the shower space. We do not have the shower glass in yet, so that was one thing that was delayed on this project. There was some customization that we had to make because we had transitionless showers, which is something that's unique, different on this build. When we can incorporate no transition, meaning no curb, like we have here, we try to do that. And when it means something to our client to do it, we will do it. Also, as we look into the shower, you're going to see that this tile, this 12 by 24, is a stacked tile, which gives it really, I think, one of the key components in design. It's kind of a muted grout color that we're using in here, which makes it have more of a solid surface feel. We're also accenting the bottoms of the soap box as well as on the window that we have here, which is an obscured actual operational window in the shower. They can open or close it if they feel needed.
So the floor tile and the soapbox accent tile is a vintage hexagon tile from Dow Tile. And we used a black Schluter in this to complement the faucets and fixtures in this bathroom.
And then to extend this bathroom area just a little further, we do have these double opening doors for the private toilet area, and it has more upper cabinet storage as well over the toilet. All right, so just off of our master suite is a corridor that leads not only back to the main living area and also leads to the back porch, but there is a doorway leading to our office space. It's a nice size office, has the same 10-foot ceiling heights, and we do have a private closet area in this room too, so it could be technically counted as a bedroom. So coming out of the office, as we go back through the main room, we come to the other side hall, which has a couple of bedrooms and a guest bathroom.
Yes, so we have two identical bedrooms on this other side of the house. They're both 11 by 12. They have the same tile as throughout, and they both have the walk-in closets with the auto switch on the lights. In between the two bedrooms, we have the guest bath that's accessible for both rooms, and then also the main living. It basically mimics the master.
Yes, one other key thing that we're doing here in the guest bathroom is the vanity has a unique feature to it because we have been able to add some drawer space under the cabinets for the opening for under the sink. So, which is a nice feature. That's kind of a different design, not your typical vanity anyways, which kind of portrays the fact that we have custom cabinets. The shower space as well, we are lacking shower glass here, but it will be coming. I will say that this shower is no less big than the one in the masters. We are using a different tile in the shower. It's just a little bit smaller, so there's a 12 by 12 tile instead of the 12 by 24. And moving on to the other side of the house, we do have a laundry room, and we have a mud bench area with no mud bench right now. But at some point in time, I think they're looking to add some additional cabinetry. But it's a big open area which leads on into the shop area, and it's also accessible to the laundry room. And looking into the laundry room, we have quite a bit going on in here.
Yeah, they've got some beautiful cabinets in here. One thing that's kind of neat is they have the countertop that goes all the way to the wall that you're actually supposed to put your wash machine next to.
You're always trying to figure out what to do with those big machines, right? When they come in. Well, here we just have plenty of wall space, and those will go on that far wall. And then a lot of upper cabinet space.
And then on the other side of the room, there's a large area that you could put maybe a standing freezer or in another refrigerator.
Which is exactly what they have planned for, is a larger freezer. Of course, more cabinets as well on this side of the room with uppers, countertop space, lower storage. One of the most beautiful accents of this home is our cabinets throughout. Moving on into our shop area, I think a lot of you can identify with some of the main reasons why somebody would want to have a large shop space. Here, not only do you have the big vaulted area in the shop because it goes with our main span of our structure. One of the things that's different in our shop space versus living space is you don't have as much wood frame. Everything's steel frame in the shop area. We're using the steel purlins. We're using roof purlins as well, but those do extend up over the living area. But we won't have the studded wall with wood framing on the outer shell. This is done with our steel framing. And for those of you that want to kind of dig a little bit more into how our process works, you can look at some of our update videos or even look back at this particular build through some of our Instagram updates, TikTok, those kind of things. We have some of that stuff out there. But in this shop, we do have a half bathroom. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, a half bath. It's actually a really pretty one.
Yeah. Also, not only do we have a shop restroom with a fully decorated sink and all the bells and whistles, it's HVAC actually going into this restroom area. And I think at this point, our clients are even thinking we should have tiled it in there too. So they're looking at maybe doing that. We also, on the outer dwelling of this shop restroom, have a shop sink.
Yeah, it's a stainless steel standalone sink, and you can rinse out your paintbrushes or whatever you might be working on. And one thing that's kind of cool too, I mean, something that people don't really think about when they're designing their house is, where are we going to put our hot water heater? That's not usually a design feature. You're not really thinking that way. And a lot of times they go maybe up in the attic or have like a little closet for them. But it's actually in the shop in this build.
Yes, and I would advise that you do kind of think that through on the front end, because we would prefer it not be in the attic space, but when you can get it into a garage or shop space, that works a little bit better. The reason why is because our garage is actually a step down. It's about 1.5 inches lower than your living space. So it steps down, that meaning if you ever had any problems with that water heater, the water is going to evacuate out of the overhead doors, which eliminates the possibility of having any interior damage. Now, in the event that you do have to put the water heater in the attic space, it will work out in most cases for our designs, because the envelope, the insulation that we have that runs in the perimeter to the farthest perimeters, including all the walls and up to the roof space. So that's where our insulation break is. Our thermal break is all on the exterior. So it's better for our plumbing and all that kind of stuff that does happen to be inside of that bubble, tends to do better because of the equipment and those kind of things. So as always, there's a discussion on whether you would do a tankless water heater versus a standard water heater. In this case, our clients actually originally were going to do a gas tankless water heater. Some of the reasons why they kind of decided on against doing that was because of the ventilation that we were going to have to create. So we're taking some of that climate controlled, heated and cooled air. Now we're trying to, get rid of the bad air, so the gases from, say, a heat furnace or a fireplace or something like that. If you're running gas, you're creating holes in your bubble, so to speak. So that's something that they didn't want to have as much of those type of penetrations in the home, which they ended up going with the electric, choosing that direction for the efficiencies of the home. So you kind of, as you're juggling, making those kinds of decisions, and you're going for, energy efficiency, sometimes it's better to kind of step away from the old ideas, say fireplaces, these kind of things, when you're focusing on sort of a new design. So that's what they did here. Okay, well, that pretty much concludes our Rio Vista Barndominium.
And I'm sure our customers are ready to move it.
Yes, a lot of times, they're pretty much parked outside with the U-Haul trucks and everything.
Like, are they done with the video yet?
No, we're excited for our clients, and, definitely want to extend our gratitude to them for allowing us this opportunity to show you guys and to reach this point in the progress on this build. It's always a delight to kind of move on and to be able to, put this in their hands so that they can walk it out and make this home. This current season is coming up on Thanksgiving, and so we're excited for them to be able to kind of move in and take part of that season as well. So it's been fun, and we look forward to showing you guys more updates for many more builds. We've got a lot to do for the end of the year.
Everybody wants to get in their house before the holidays.
Everybody wants us to get their house started. Everyone wants to be finished. And now we have extra motivation because of the holidays. So we're looking forward to showing you guys much more. I'm Josh Helm.
And I'm Brandy Helm.
We're wishing you all the best. Thanks for watching. Texas Best.